Hey guys, it's Jonathan, owner, master of the trading. So Chinese educational companies are going bananas. So all these Chinese names have gotten killed over the last 2 days because China is in talks for new tutoring and educational regulation. So when the sector starts moving, and the three main players in the sector are going to be EDU, TAL, and GOTU. And they all got killed yesterday. They were offered today, but right now they're rallying back. Now, I was a market maker for 5 years on the floor of the exchange. I used to be a market maker for EDU. It is a very volatile company. It's gotten beat down. China comes out, says all that news is nonsense, the things rally, but they all end up moving together. And so what I did here is I put them, GOTU, EDU, and TAL, up 5%. These are up about 15%. Market caps, GOTU is the smallest with 5 billion, 18 billion, 26 billion, but this right here is GOTU. So you can see GOTU was trading considerably higher in the beginning of 2021, but it's also the most volatile. Now let's look at the volatility levels. TAL 95, EDU 98, both the same. GOTU's higher because GOTU has to release their earnings tomorrow before the open. So how did I find out about these names? For that, my friends, I take you to the Wall Street Wiretapper. The Wall Street Wiretapper is our unusual options activity scanner that's monitored or audited by a neural network. If I look for 5 days, the top 10 stocks with between 5 and 25, something that jumped out to me was EDU. A very good trade. I haven't seen this pop up on the Wiretapper in a while. And as I scroll down, top 10 stocks between 5 and 25, top 10 stocks between 5 and 100, and then top 10 overall. Well, if I scroll down, what also caught my attention was TAL. So on the Wiretapper, in the last 5 days, EDU is popping up, TAL is popping up. GOTU, we haven't seen just yet, but GOTU has their earnings released tomorrow. So let's go check out the options. EDU TAL on the Wiretapper, but looky here. Look what we have here. Now, we still don't know if these are opening or closing. There is 12,000 open interest that's already out there on GOTU. I'm guessing though, these are probably opening new positions. I'm thinking that we had big Wiretapper action, big unusual option activity action on EDU and TAL over these last few days. And now they're coming to GOTU. If I look up time and sales, we can see June 30s, all about, I'm in Central Time. And I guess they're really doing these all morning. All morning. I gotta think that they're buying going into earnings, especially with how beaten down the sector was after the news out of China. So that's why, at least in my opinion, GOTU only up 5% relative to the others, but that extra implied volatility is for that uncertainty of that earnings release tomorrow. Now, how can we play this? Well, if I go back to this chart, takes you back to 2020. I just overlapped the three. EDU, TAL is light blue, GOTU is in purple or fuchsia or whatever you want to call it. It does appear that GOTU is a little inexpensive relative to the others. Obviously, GOTU is way, way more volatile than the others, but because we have that earnings catalyst, it sure seems like GOTU would be the best risk reward. How can we do that? Well, you can go to the 25s. Perhaps you buy the 25s and sell the 35s. You do that for $1.35. You sell these for 35 cents. That's $1 of risk. If you do that 10 times, that's $1,000 of risk. You can never lose a penny more. And the max that you can make is the difference between the strikes, which is 10, less the dollar you paid. So there's $9,000 of upside with 1,000 of risk to get into GOTU over 24 days to take advantage of this volatility and unusual option activity. Seems like a pretty good do to me. Any questions? Leave them in the comments below. or email us at support@mastersin trading. Thanks for watching, guys. Jonathan Rose, owner, Masters in Trading.